Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel again. Now I'm going to do a brief video and try and work out what to actually say, to be honest, about Prime Minister's questions yesterday, because obviously the leaders of the Conservative Party and our useless Prime Minister weren't there yesterday, so they had their stand-ins. And as per usual, obviously, they've done it many times. So, what do you personally really expect when they stand in? So, the Conservatives decided to have their little pop, and it's a stupid pop, really, about potentially inflation going up, which obviously for a country isn't great, because obviously that can affect a lot of things. Now, the stupidity on the Conservatives' point of view, but over in recent years, inflation ain't been great for the Conservatives. Because let's not forget, under Liz Truss, whether it's her fault or not, I'm not going to personally play the blame game, because that don't get you anywhere apart from in a lot of arguments. It went sky high. And as Angela Rayner pointed out yesterday, they got it up to 11.1% under Liz Truss. But, and this is where the but comes in, they managed to sort it out. You know, Rishi Sunak said, and I remember him doing an interview with, what's his name, former editor of the Daily Mirror, and said, I will get inflation under control, and I will get it down to, I think he said at the time, he'd get it down to about 2%. And did he do that? He got it down to the marker that he said. So, yes, the Conservatives are pretty stupid to bring it up, but it's a thing that fundamentally affects everybody. You know, whether it's to do with interest rates, you know, it affects interest rates, and, you know, cost of borrowing, you know, if you want to take out a mortgage, bank loans, you know, credit cards, the whole lot, everything is affected by inflation. You know, cost of living, you know, buying things, all affected by inflation. So on that point of view, they were correct. Now, you may question, why am I even speaking about this? Well, the problem is that energy bills are going to be increased, and the Conservatives are complaining, saying, yeah, but this is going to happen because inflation is potentially going to go up. And it was at 1.7% in September, and then up until last month went up to 2.3%. You know, so obviously it's going in an upwards direction. Now the problem is, energy bills go up every year. Every winter they go up. Just look at it. Look at the price of electricity last December. Okay, and I did a video about this on energy bills on one of the other channels I do. Last December, it was up here. By March, went down like this. Okay, keep my finger in the camera. Might have been May actually. And then after that, it starts creeping back up again, slowly, especially in the summer months. And as it gets colder, it goes steeply up again. Happens every year. Why? Because the energy company know that whether you've got a gas boiler or an electricity boiler, people don't like getting cold. The only thing energy companies think of is this: money. How much money can they make? That's the reality. At the end of the day, during the summer, you use less. You know, spring, summer, you're going to use less energy because you're not cold or anything. You may be going down the pub or going down the beach or having a barbecue in the garden or something. So we use less energy. There's no point ticking people off in their months, increasing it. So what they do, they wait until it gets cold. And then they put it up. So what? I think it was September, they put a price increase. Well, they announced the price increase was going to happen for people on contracts. I spoke about that. It wasn't a great deal. Now, the next increase is worth, I think it's something they reckon, there's a company, I think tank down in Cornwall, so it works out at approximately £19 per year. So we're not talking about a great amount of money. So our good old shadow cabinet officer, Minister Alex Bugger, think before you speak. Okay, and that's not because I'm a Labour person, I'm not. This was stupid to do. Sensible but stupid as well. Now, when it comes to Angela Rayner, who hasn't got a shred of common sense in her entire body because she's never actually really worked apart for the trade unions at the end of the day. If you're going to have a dig at the Conservative Party about inflation, you might want to start thinking about all the other things you've done in the past, as in the Labour Party. How far do you want them to go back? I appreciate this is you're only talking about a couple of years ago when it comes to inflation. Look at Conservative parties. First thing that, I mean about the Labour Party, first thing that they're not going to like a lot of people to announce because they like to think it was the Conservatives that stuck it to the coal miners. The Labour Party closed the most amount of mines, not the Conservatives. But you try to make it out, still to this day, what, 40 years on, it was the Conservatives that stitched them up. It was you that sold gold at the lowest price under the former Labour Party in government. It was you lot that took us into an allegedly an illegal war in Iraq and Afghanistan, which people still have a gripe about to this day. It was you that allowed all these laws to come in, which, to be honest, the Conservatives did nothing about, which affect illegal immigration to this day, where we can do diddly squat to get rid of people, which are pissing people off in the UK to this day. Okay, now I could carry on by going on about your incompetence of keeping an eye on the financial institutions which almost crippled the UK in what, about 2010 roughly, with the banking disaster, which this country has had to suffer with the consequences for the last 15 years. Admittedly, the Conservatives did a lousy job in the recovery point of view, but there wasn't a lot they could really do. You know, so before you start chirping your gums, think about the things that you've done. I know you don't think of that, but actually kick your brains into gear first. So now I've finished my rant on how stupid these two idiots are. I'm going to say thanks for listening. I'm going to calm down now. If you've got any comments, do put them down below. I would love to hear a comment from our useless Deputy Prime Minister, see if she's got something to say to me. I'm sure she'll be awfully pleasant and polite to me. And obviously, if you are new to the channel, please do subscribe. I would appreciate, Angela, if you would subscribe to the channel. I'm sure you won't. But for now, thanks for listening, and we'll speak to you again a bit later.